So someone just asked me like, would you ever get into forex trading, like currency trading? Like, I mean, the market of Bitcoin, right? I mean, Bitcoin is like, look, listen, I knew this Australian fellow, and I gotta tell you, like, man, I remember, staying at this hostel a while back. You know what I'm saying? And I, literally, well, I was there like temporarily because I was traveling. You know what I'm saying? But I was there for like, a few weeks during COVID. You know what I'm saying? And then this fella, he was from Australia. You know what I'm saying? I was in my late 20s, and he was like a few years older than me. You know what I'm saying? And he was from Australia. You know what I'm saying? So he's white Australian. You know what I'm saying? And then he was doing some like bizarre job, man. Like he had to get on tall buildings and hang off a building and freaking clean the windows. And he gets paid about 30, 40 quid, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey man, these, I might have to do that, but there's only a selected group of people that has that qualification, you know what I'm saying? So imagine this, so I just went to drop this guy off, like, at the airport, just travelled with him in the job saying, and then something happened where he had to go do some quarantine in Australia, like, I think he was like from, what is it? I don't even know, like, was he like, I don't even know what, was it Brisbane? Like, fuck knows, in the job saying, or Sydney, or wherever he's trying to go to, job saying. So he's like, I can't go, bro. So he comes back, he cancelled the ticket. And we're sitting in a pub, and then he goes, yo, I'm gonna sell my Bitcoin. So I'm like, what's that about? You know what I'm saying? So we just in a pub right now. We just got a pitcher, like, which is a jug, like a drink, right? Couple of shots, and we just drinking. He goes, I'm gonna sell one of my Bitcoins. And I was like, how many Bitcoins you got? A couple. So he got this, he's got his laptop off and connected to the Wi-Fi or some bullshit. Went on this little website or like a server for his Bitcoin, and then literally like about sold like one of his Bitcoins. And I remember this, and he showed me like right in front of me. And then I'm waiting about an hour, right? And all of a sudden, this motherfucker just pauses like a little account, and it shows about $7 grand or $6 just pulls up from the Bitcoin that he sold. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey man, is this like a glitch or like some scam, bro? Like, what's going on? And he goes, no man, I'm into Bitcoin, and then it did get transferred to his bank account. So people ask me, hey, would you get into currency trading, or would you get into forex trading, or would you get into Bitcoins? I'm like, I don't even know, man. I mean, the whole AI looks fruitful. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, and I talk about this artificial intelligence, robotics, right? People might feel like, is it a new thing, AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT? I mean, to the world it is, you know what I'm saying? But AI has been here for some time, man. Like, with governments and tech companies, you know what I'm saying? AI has been there for some time. I mean, if you've got, major corporate, if you've got a major, like, corporate, company or like a tech company which manages like people's private, information or whatnot, or like, just to look on the legal side of things, or just, like servers and, Google and some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, like, AI it's AI driven, you know what I'm saying? But people won't tell you that, you know what I'm saying? But, I've got to tell you, so people ask me, would I get into forex trading, currency trading, bitcoins? Hey, like, to be honest, like, what's the difference between like, if you take Nasdaq, or I call it FTSE, FTSE, right? But if you take like, companies that go public in the stock market, and versus like bitcoins, well, one is digital, the other one's like, it's like physical, it's in the physical world. You know what I'm saying? The risk with like, currency trading, or I would personally say about, Bitcoin, is like, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You could just literally have like about 10 coins, and each coin is worth about 10 grand. So I'm saying, example, right? You got about 100 grand there, right? 10 coins, right? Or, how much you have, and then you can wake up tomorrow and just literally like it goes bust. That's why you hear stories about Bitcoin where people literally like, have so many coins, and they let it just sit there for it to build itself, they decide, after, before they withdraw the cash. But the issue with it though is like, with Bitcoin, and I'm educated about finances, like, fuck my finances, but I'm saying, but it's, the thing about, digital currency, or like, Bitcoin, is that, hey man, anything, like, you could literally like, have Bitcoins, and it could be like, oh, you know what, couple million, blah, 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 I'm saying. But then you wake up tomorrow and it's wiped out, you know what I'm saying, because it's on the digital, you know what I'm saying. I mean, there's a massive difference between the stock market and also the digital trading. You know what I'm saying? A big difference. It's not like the gold prices. Example, gold prices might just vary slightly. You know what I'm saying? Over a certain month, but it won't just like gold can never be a higher. It can be at the price that it is, but tomorrow you're not going to wake up and like gold is worth $0 or £0. You know what I'm saying? But with Bitcoin, you could literally have like one Bitcoin that's worth about, I don't know, $20,000-30,000, right? And then wake up tomorrow and it's literally $0. You know what I'm saying? So I don't personally. I mean, if you're gonna get into Bitcoins or something, I mean, there was a time where it was lucrative. I mean, now you got markets out there where literally like you got scammers and fraudsters literally building fake Bitcoin. You got scammers and fraudsters out there that's literally building like Bitcoin websites or apps that are like to do with Bitcoin, right? The issue is now is that people, but these are scammers, and some of these scammers are like literally from another country. They make a website or an app, literal app, like like a Bitcoin app or like or even with forex trading or currency trading. You gotta be careful if you're gonna invest your, if you're gonna have an investment with any of these forex trading, currency trading, or Bitcoin companies, man, because there are scammers and fraudsters that will literally build an app, build a server, build something that looks like when you go into a stock market, you got all these little, the informations and different trades going on and whatnot. So I'm saying they will literally make something, a website online, and convince people to exchange their money for future potential returns. So I'm saying, and there are people out there that will literally put like £50,000 or $50,000 into this Bitcoin app. Or like a stock trading or whatever. They buy a fake Bitcoin and then they have this app, and they literally, these people would go around and be like, hey bro, like, did you know that I got a Bitcoin, bro? Here's a Bitcoin, bro. Like, I got a Bitcoin. It went from £20,000 I paid, now it's worth about $60,000. I'm 60,000, but I can't withdraw it because apparently I have to give it like a month or something. They come up with this bullshit, like these companies, fraudster companies, right? And the stories where people get scammed by forex trading, currency trading. There was one story, I think, where there was one story where I literally I saw this on a news. I think it was Al Jazeera, whatever news it was. I literally saw this, right, where someone signed up to this. I think it was like currency trading. I don't know, it was this forex trading, currency trading, right? This website, and this person, when you go into this website, right, it shows you the peak, it shows you the charts. So this person was like, weekly start off with, made a heavy investment. It was over like a couple hundreds of thousands. And this person, put this money forward, waiting for a return, and then what this person ended up finding was, hey man, it's a fucking fraud company, and this company was literally on people's website. When you go on YouTube, you get these advertisements on, you get these advertisements, right? Yeah, it was coming up on those. People didn't see the internal aspects of what this business was. It was just a bunch of fraudsters and scammers just scamming people, just literally making false promises. Like that's what these fraudster companies with Bitcoins will do. They will just make false promises. Hey man, you know what? You're gonna get like invest like $50,000 and you're gonna get about $500,000. They will come up with some ridiculous bullshit. I'm saying, for that, let's get the 80,000 up. So that's why I don't fuck with these digital trading platforms, man, because you could literally take your life saving, fucking put it on there, and then some scammer out there sitting somewhere like fuck knows where, like probably like Santa Claus location jobs, just sitting there going, oh, we just scammed like $50,000 off the stupid motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be in that position. So if you're gonna my channel coach to get into forex trading or currency trading or Bitcoin, just do your research, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fucking know where you're gonna put your money into. Like if you're gonna put like $50,000 of your fucking hard-earned cash, right, to some online website, do some research, get some lawyers, get some accountants, get some bookkeepers, get some people from the legal side to manage this, what I'm saying, and get a written statement that you have transferred this money. So if there was situation where you find out these are the fucking fraudsters, right? You can get money back, you know what I'm saying? But most of these companies will never give you a return. They will just literally like take your money and then make you like, you know, it's like, you know, teasing, you know, like, oh, you know, put 50,000, you can get like about, you know, 250, 300,000, right? Or 500,000. And then about after 6 months, all that money's gone and then that company's shut. Like they literally, the website's gone. Like, you know what? The company went bust, bro, you know what I'm saying? And then you just lost a lot of money. So people ask me, am I interested in trading, currency trading, or you know, or Bitcoin? And I'm like, well, to be honest, if you're gonna invest, you need to have a reasonable amount of, you know, resources. But also, it's just not something that I would do, man. Just saying, you know, it's like for me, like I think investing in a company from the stock market, you're a tech company, right, that just comes on the scene, like, you know, Apple. Let me give you a great example of Apple, right? So when Apple started, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, right? So Steve Jobs literally, you know, was like the salesman for, salesman for Apple. Was he a snake oil salesman? Well, to be honest, if you're trying to sell your product, man, you gotta be a snake oil salesman. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just you believing in your product way more than other people out there. I mean, Apple had something that was very distinct from a lot of people. Do you know what I'm saying? But Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs, they made, you know, the company in a garage in California, fuck knows where, you know what I'm saying? And then there was an investor who supposedly invested about $700 when Apple just started to, you know, put their first product out, which is Macintosh computer, do you know what I'm saying? And this person put about $700, but after a month, this little Delulu, I call him an idiot, do you know what I'm saying? Took that £700 that he invested into Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak's company, do you know what I'm saying? And guess what happened, motherfuckers? Hey, guitars up for that, do you know what I'm saying? So this guy invested into Apple company, right? And Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, they were supposed to put out Macintosh, do you know what I'm saying? And then guess what happened? Literally, this guy pulled that cash out, but that £700 he pulled out, right? If he let it just sit in the company, man, he would be worth literally probably like in billions. I'm talking about like 60, 70 billions, you know what I'm saying? But he took that, you know, £700 out, and that's the worst mistake this person made, you know what I'm saying? So what I'll tell you, man, like if I'm gonna be investing on something in the near future, you know, I'll probably invest in like physical companies, like a tech company, like example, Uber. Like, how many people fucking missed out on Uber? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, when Uber started, people were like, what the fuck is Uber? Like, and I always talk about this. Uber, what, like any business you gotta look at, you know, what does Apple do? Yeah, cell phones, but like, you know, what they do is they sell design, they sell idea, they keep things simple. You know what do Starbucks do? Yeah, they sell coffee, but they literally sell hospitality to the extent of people staying there for hours and, you know, not taking a shower. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and also, what do Uber do? Uber, what they do is they make the whole exchange of transport simple. It's a user-friendly experience with Uber. You can be drunk coming out, you don't have to call a cab, press this button, Uber's there, you know what I'm saying? So investing in a company, a tech company is way more fruitful, but obviously if you know about tech companies, there's a high burnout of cash, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of resources have to be put in for the company to be booked, you know what I'm saying? So hey, look, I'm a gold man, you know what I'm saying? But what I gotta tell you is I'm not interested in forex trading, currency trading, or Bitcoins, fuck that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a speaker, man. Go speak to people from TED conferences. You know what I'm saying? Brown is out here having a blast. Hey man, I'm gonna go. Hey, let's get it. You know, hey, that's my opinion in it. Like, I think for me, like, it's more. My career is going to be more vocal. Probably gonna be on stages talking to people. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, listen. If you're in the forex or currency or bitcoins, you might agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But then again, man, everyone got a hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's your hustle. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get it, man. Hey, let's get it.